You ever find yourself scrolling and you get that weird feeling, that sense of déjà vu? Like, wait a minute, haven't I seen this before? Just, with a slightly different filter? Well, you're not crazy. You're not alone. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on this hidden force that's making our whole digital world feel a lot smaller and a lot more repetitive. And it all kicks off with one simple question.
Seriously, why does your feed feel so samey? It's a question I think a lot of us are asking ourselves. Doesn't matter if you're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. There's this creeping sameness to everything. The internet, which used to feel so chaotic and vibrant and full of surprises, is kind of converging into this one predictable stream. And let me tell you, it is not your imagination. The reason why is so much bigger than you think.
I mean, you see it everywhere, right? On YouTube, it's the same shocked face thumbnails, the same video formats over and over. Then you hop over to Instagram or TikTok, and it's the exact same trending audio, the same jump cut edits, the same hooks, even the same faces. It feels less like a cool trend and more like a system-wide echo chamber. So naturally, your first instinct is to blame the creators, right? To think, man, has everyone just run out of ideas all at once? But that's not what's happening here, not even close. The problem goes so much deeper than the people actually making the stuff. Because the real culprit, it isn't human at all. It's the artificial intelligence that's running the show behind the scenes. See, these aren't just simple recommendation tools anymore. Oh no, they are incredibly powerful, advanced systems that have been given one very specific, very powerful command. And this, right here, is the absolute heart of the issue. The AI's only job, its one job, is to find whatever has the highest mathematical chance of keeping you watching. It doesn't care if a video is new or challenging or mind-blowing. It only cares about one thing. Does it work? And what works is what's worked before. And that, slowly but surely, just strangles diversity and our own natural curiosity. Okay, so let's pop the hood on this engagement engine. How does an algorithm's simple goal of just keeping our eyeballs glued to the screen end up completely reshaping what we see, and maybe even what we think? This is the fundamental conflict right here. On one side, you have what actually helps us grow as people, bumping into new ideas, being challenged, exploring. But on the other side, you have the algorithm's goal, and its question is totally different. It's not asking, what might expand this person's worldview? It's asking, what's the safest bet to keep them here for 30 more seconds? And the answer to that question is almost always something they've already seen before. And this tiny shift in the question being asked has this huge effect on us. Without us even noticing, we're being rewired. We're going from being these active explorers of a massive digital world to just passive consumers in a very small, very efficient, pre-approved one. Just think about it for a second. How have humans always learned and evolved? It was through stumbling upon things, through accidental discovery, bumping into cultures and ideas that were totally foreign. That randomness, that serendipity, it wasn't just a nice little bonus, it was the very engine of our growth. But now, that element of surprise is being optimized away. We're basically outsourcing our curiosity to a machine whose main goal is predictability, not discovery. And as a result, that essential muscle, our curiosity muscle, it's starting to get weak. It's starting to atrophy. And you can literally see the downward spiral. It starts small. Your feed just feels a little predictable. Then, the content itself all starts to look and sound the same. Before you know it, you've stopped really looking for new things, and you've just become a super efficient consumer of the familiar. And in that final step, poof, the very things that make us grow, curiosity and diversity, they just fade away. So why should you care? Because this stagnation has real-world consequences. Our thinking gets funneled into these tiny, narrow channels. Our own creativity starts to weaken, like a battery that's not getting recharged. And maybe worst of all, our empathy starts to fade, because we're just not being exposed to people and ideas that are different from our own. We get trapped. All right, so this brings us to the final, most critical warning in all of this, the big takeaway.
And this is it. The real danger here isn't some sci-fi movie where AI directly controls our thoughts. No, it's way more subtle than that. It's about creating an online world that is so comfortable, so predictable, so perfectly tailored to us that we just stop thinking for ourselves. The danger is the slow, quiet, comfortable death of intellectual growth.
And that, right there, is the ultimate price we pay. Every single time the algorithm picks the predictable video over the surprising one, it chips away at our ability to wonder, to learn, and to grow. A world that never surprises us is a world that, bit by bit, makes us smaller. So I'm just going to leave you with this one last thought. It's a pretty powerful and honestly kind of haunting way to sum all this up. As we hand over more and more of our discovery process to these super efficient systems, what part of ourselves are we giving up in the trade? Something to think about next time you're scrolling.